Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, and then at 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Today, we're talking about gratitude and productivity. What is the connection between gratitude and heightened levels of productivity? That particular relationship may not appear to be obvious on the surface, but we're about to unpack it so you can see all that lies beneath the surface. So thanks for being here. If you are new, please hit that subscribe button on the screen. Become a subscriber. Get all these videos for free. I did say free. 1, 2, 3, 4, free. You can also go to productivethroughjoy.com to see about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy. All right, we have a really interesting show today, and our program is interesting. We have a narrative-based program where we recognize that everyone's life is telling a story, has told a story, and will tell a story. And we help individuals determine, listen, what story do you want your life to tell based upon what story you've told in the past, what story your life has told in the past, and what story you're currently telling via your life, and how do you want to change, if need be, to change that particular narrative moving forward. So it's a really powerful program. So again, go to productivethroughjoy.com to see about us. All right, let's dive into the topic for today, which we will do in a matter of moments. I should first say a few words about myself. This is your host. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. I am the author of the New York Times bestseller Raising Fences, which was a Today Show Book of the Month pick. That book's film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose People Caught My People, and again, I eventually agreed to write the screenplay for that particular project. I am also the author of the acclaimed historical novel Americus, which is set 13 miles from Ferguson, where, of course, Michael Brown was murdered. God bless him and his family. Also, that book interrogates the intersection of race and violence in America. I think that we're currently, of course, going through even now as we speak. I am also the author of the just released April 1st animating Black and Brown Liberation: A Theory of American Literatures, which is a book that explores the intersection of activism and literature. What can literature do to enhance our activism in the real world? So that book's really powerful. I'm on the book tour for both of those books. I'm coming to a town near you. I'm sure I'll be in Kentucky at the Kentucky Book Festival. I'll be at the Brattleboro Book Festival in Vermont. I'll be here in Pasadena at the Pasadena Lit Festival. I'll be at the Lambert Park Book Festival here in LA. I'm coming near you. So look for me. I'll be in Chicago, at NIU and Northern Illinois University. So guys, I'm coming near you. Look for me as I do what I do when I do what I do. All right. What should I also say? My educational background, or I should also say that I'm the board president of the World Stage, a great 501c3 nonprofit here in Los Angeles. 7 days a week of amazing programming on that particular nonprofit. Drumming, singing, vocal workshops, live concerts. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate, my master's from UCLA, and my PhD in English literature from the University of California at Riverside. I'm currently a professor of English literature at Loyola Marymount University here in Los Angeles. Listen, guys, I'm an expert at being productive. Again, I don't say that to brag or boast, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity given how crazy my own personal narrative is. I am the product of a young girl who was violated at 16, gave birth to me at 17, and subsequently gave me up for adoption to an amazing single divorcee. Yet at the time, no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD, yet as Cool Modi famously said, "How you like me now?" And if I can be this productive and be so through joy, so can many of us who are watching this show. And that in many ways inspires all the work that we do. We like to help people help themselves, all right? Because when we win collectively, we win collectively, all right? So let's dive into the show. Again, go to productivethroughjoy.com. Go to YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. That's me right now. Hit the subscribe button And let's dive into the topic. So today, guys, we're talking about gratitude and productivity. What is the connection between gratitude and productivity? A really important topic. Well, point one is that you want to develop a practice of gratitude. You want to have what we call a gratitude practice. A gratitude practice is where you are literally being in the habit of being grateful for the things that are around you, right? Being able to see, being able to hear, being able to walk, for your family, for your kids. Let me clear my throat. That's important because in the daily comings and goings of life, in the rigmarole, as the old people say in the South, the rigmarole. What does rigmarole mean? It just sounds like the right word to use right now. In the rigmarole of life, it's easy to forget, not be conscious, not pay attention, not be in remembrance of all the things that we have that are wonderful in our lives, especially when things are not going your way. I've been sharing, for a while now about going through a series of really extraordinary challenges in my own life. And when you go through difficulty, it makes sense that you'll want to navel gaze, feel sorry for yourself. I've certainly done those things, no two ways about it. That's okay, spend some time navel gazing. If you've been wronged, especially, it's okay to spend some time doing those things. But at a certain point, you have to say, okay, now what, right? And the now what question initially needs to be answered by saying, what am I grateful for anyway? What's going good in the midst of the struggle? And that's how it kind of starts. And point two is you want to do it every day. Make gratitude a lifestyle. That's the hard part. To really remember to do it every day, right? And so what helps me is to have little parts of my day. So I run. I mean, it's best seen through examples. So I run. I live here in Venice Beach, California. And so there's a wide beach between the actual boardwalk and the actual shore, where I actually run along the shore. So each day that I run across that beach, and when I get done, when I run back home, across that same sand, it's pretty wide. It's probably like an eighth of a mile expanse of sand. I call that my gratitude trek, So when I cross that sand, I think about, as I'm running, things that I'm grateful for, right? So that way I'm guaranteed to get a couple of times a day, but and hopefully more than that. But at least during those times, I'm thinking about what I'm grateful for, and then through my day, I'll use that morning exercise to think and to remember to think about what I'm grateful for through out my day. It's a challenge. I mean, you have to really embrace the challenge of gratitude, because if you're busy like many of us are, raising kids and businesses and art, it's easy to not think about what you're grateful for. You're so deep in your mix that you aren't always conscious of what's going well. So that's just my brief strategy. But you can, of course, create your own. And then what that leads to, when you are in that state of abundance, guys, you just, I don't know, you are more in love. I was thinking a lot lately about, I've lost some of my first love for God, for the Spirit, for my life, because I'm working hard. I do lots of things. I was sharing again that I've been going through a very challenging time in my inner circle. So I just grew weary. I grew tired. And this life, although I have an amazing life, an amazing lifestyle, but when you are up in it, you can lose it. It can become routine. And I thought I was getting routine in my spiritual practice, routine in some of my beliefs about loving those who are difficult to love, or supporting those who are very challenged. And I thought, I need to get back to being grateful, because when you have gratitude, you are more inclined to do the good work that needs to be done, and do it with a good attitude. Boom, goes the dynamite. That's it for today's show. We air each weekday morning, hella early AF here at 4:45 a.m. on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, and at 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Thanks for being here. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.